So can you tell us a little bit about, because when we do our show, The Six, you talk a lot about your background with corporate sales, and how you used to work for corporate America. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what led you to become an entrepreneur?
Well, I went to college for chemical engineering, and I did internships for 3 semesters. And after leaving college, I went to work as a corrosion engineer for 1.5 years, and I absolutely hated it. So I did something that you're not supposed to do. I quit. I quit my job and started waiting tables at Papado. And what's funny is as a teenager, I always worked in food service, fast food, all that kind of stuff, because look, you get to eat for free. I was broke. You go to work, make some money, eat for free, good things. Waiting tables actually was the best move possible, because everyone goes out to eat now and then. If you work at a higher end restaurant, it puts you in proximity to a lot of people. And you get to learn some basic sales skills. Like at McDonald's, would you like fries with that? How about you supersize? That's an upsell. Well, you make more money that way. So my personality is I'm a perfectionist by nature. So anytime I do something, I try to be really good at it. I went into my job as a server with the idea I'm going to give the highest level of service because I want you on tip. I want a lot of money. I don't want 15%. I want that money. And the funny thing is, if you've ever gone to a business luncheon, business people go to restaurants all the time. And I actually got recruited away for sales at Papado to a company called MCI. MCI, for those of you who don't know, it was acquired by a company called WorldCom. But before WorldCom existed, there was AT&T and MCI, Coca-Cola, and Pepsi. That's how big it was. Now it's gone. I started working for MCI telemarketing, selling long distance from New York to California, to businesses. The absolute hardest possible sale you can imagine. Long distance telecommunication to business, coast to coast. And what it did is it threw me into the deep end of the pool. And I learned that there were some people who are just going to come in there and do the basic stuff, read the script. There's some people who are going to learn and approach it like a professional. That's what I did. I went and took the training that they gave me. I saw that if I could increase my closing percentage or whatever, I could give yourself a raise, which sales is the one career that you can actually determine how much money you make. So I went and invested $5,000 into my own self to get additional sales training. And I netted $15,000 more that year. Sales became for me a way to take my technical right brain stuff and my technical left brain stuff and max it with creativity. The natural progression for telemarketing, most people just stay working in a call center. I went outside sales because 6'4", great presentation, and that's when you really get in the big game. Yeah. Car allowance, expense account, but you still got to do the same thing. Knock on 50 doors or make 50 phone calls, cold calling. And I had to learn the business from scratch. It was the best because I chose one of the most difficult territories and one of the most difficult verticals because of the potential. I sold to lawyers most of my career. So in my sales career, I was in telecommunications until that industry fell apart in the early 2000s. And then I spent a few years in office products and then another about 10 years in advertising and marketing. Okay. Sales was the best. Sales was great because, like I said, you can give yourself a raise and flexibility. You're first hired, last fired when you're a profit center. So that's why it's one of the things I always recommend to guys, especially if you have a good technical mind, mixing it with sales ability makes you an unstoppable threat in most places. Damn. God, man. I didn't want to interrupt that. We got a couple super chats. We'll read them real quick and then we'll get right back into it, guys.